points and 17 rebounds. Welcome back inside.
Round we go. Round and round we go. Round
and round we go. That's exactly what we're going to do on NBA Showtime. Maria Taylor, the Hall of Famers here. Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, and Carmelo Anthony. Yes, they went around the world. That's exactly what happened. The Spurs laying on the hammer to the Minnesota Timberwolves, and Victor Wembanyama really coming back and making a difference in this game. We can go back to the first 6 minutes because I keep pointing to it. He had 16 points, guys, and 5 rebounds. Before we looked up, he was sitting down on the bench, and he had already made a statement, VC.
Yeah, that's what it's all about. I mean, this is your star player taking onus, and he said, yes, I put you guys in a situation where I was not available. This is how I make up for it. The first 6 minutes, I'm going to put my imprint on the game, and we're going to roll from there, and they never look back.
Never look back.
This was the first 6 minutes was Wemby's public apology to the team, right?
I like that.
I like that, Mel.
That was a public apology to the team, and I think the team. I think he came out wanting to really set that tone. Like I don't like what happened. I don't like what I did. I don't like the scrutiny that's coming with this. I'm a basketball player first, and this is playoff basketball, and I'm going to set the tone in these first 6 minutes. And his team followed them, and it was great to see tonight.
It was great to see him. He took over this game. I mean, the skill set was on display from him putting the ball on the floor, getting downhill, stretching the floor, defensively. Everything that a basketball player could do in a game, he did it. All the good stuff. So, again, he just put his imprint all over this game. And like Mel say, those first 6 minutes, man, he let it be known that I apologize to my team and to this organization, and I got us from this point on.
Yeah. Can we give some love to Keldon Johnson?
Let's do it.
Big time.
21 points off the bench for Keldon Johnson. The most he's ever scored in a playoff game is 11 points. He's in his 7th season, but he was huge, full of energy, added exactly what they needed off the bench.
That's it. He found his way, 8 for 11. I mean, just efficient, continued to attack. Early, he didn't see the ball go in, but he was still in attack mode. And how do you do that? Go rebound, make plays, hustle plays, run the floor. And he started just to see the ball go in. 21 points. I mean, they had 49 points off the bench, and he had almost half of them just with his energy and effort.
68 points in the paint. To 36.
And that's where I was going. I'll tell you what he did. Like, because he's been struggling with his shot a little bit. He got into that paint. He used his muscle, right? He applied that pressure. And it looked like he understood that this is a very physical series. I need to apply that. I need to be physical, because the way he was getting downhill and getting to that paint and using his body to finish, he had it on his mind too. Yes.
Mr. Sixth Man of the Year, by the way, Keldon Johnson, doing exactly what he's done all season long, applying it to the playoffs as well. Okay, so if you're Minnesota, let's take a moment and think, where do we go from here, T-Mac? Obviously, you're going back home, so that's great. You have pulled out some victories there, but what do you have to do and change the tone of this series?
Well, it's the tale of real two teams, right? When I watch Minnesota, I watch an indecisive team. I watch, it's not fluid to me. It's all over the place. When you watch the Spurs, it is well-oiled. They're very decisive. They're very deliberate in where they want to go with the ball. Minnesota, on the other hand, it's all over the place. It's sporadic. So for me, it's like, if Ant-Man is not having a good game, who's going to step up for Ant-Man? And we haven't figured out who that guy is consistently. We know who can step up for San Antonio. And like I said, just Minnesota, we don't know.
And Dylan Harper step up. We've seen Stephon Castle step up. And it's almost like Ant-Man has to have a great game.
He has to have a great game because we don't even know who his number 2 is. It's Julius Randle supposed to be his number 2. In this series, he hasn't performed like it, and I think it has to be him.
What do you think, Mel?
I'm just looking at Julius Randle. You know, when we talked about who is Ant's number 2, right? And I don't want to let Ant off the hook either. Like, when he get a ball up, Ant on the double team, go back and get the ball. Like, I just want to throw that out there. Don't stand there half court.
Especially when things are stagnant.
Especially when things are stagnant. But Julius Randle, to me, like, what is wrong with him? He's just settling to me. Like, he's settling, bro. Mac, you know that if 3 games straight with 12 points in the second round of the playoffs, where you supposed to be the number 2 guy, that's just unacceptable. And I think he's settling too much. He's overthinking the game. If you look back at the conference finals last year with Julius Randle, he was aggressive. He was downhill. He was physical. He was playing out the double teams. He was passing. He was just a confident player. I don't see that same confidence in Julius right now. To me, it's like he's thinking too much in the game of basketball.
With a player struggling from shooting three-pointers, right? Because for me, Minnesota has to make threes to beat them.
Wemby is 27%.
Right. Yeah. Wemby is protecting that paint, rightfully so. So you have to knock down threes. But for Julius Randle, like, there's so many other areas where he can be effective, and he's not utilizing that. And I hope he's watching film with his coach or with whoever, their player personnel, or whoever he's watching film with, to be able to break down certain areas where he can actually impact the game for himself to build a confidence. Because, yes, he could stretch the floor, and he could keep Wemby honest, right, keeping him away from the basket. So he has to find that way.
Okay, I'm just hearing that Dylan Harper is sitting down, the rookie who has been amazing off the bench. Gets to join NBA Showtime. Hey, Dylan, let's just start with this being your first playoffs. You're a rookie, but you have seemed so poised throughout every single game. Just walk me through your mindset and the way you've been attacking the postseason.
I mean, the biggest thing for me is just be me. I think coming into the playoffs, it was more like, obviously, it's the biggest stage of basketball, but how do I just have that same mentality coming into every game? And I think I'm doing that well.
Deal Mac here. So you got two grays right there on the left side. You got,
come on, man.
Getting stressed out.
Come on, man. It's been a long year.
So as a rookie, man, you're not playing like a rookie in these playoffs, and this is high-level basketball. Tell us where you get that swag and that confidence from.
I think just being in the gym all the time, I think that's where my confidence comes from. And I think the swag, I was kind of just born with it, to be honest. I think it's just what I carry myself. I always try to be the hardest worker, and I think that in moments like this, I think it pays off.
Dylan, this VC here. It seems like you've taken the Manu Ginobili six-man role to where you come in the game and you change the pace, make the difference, or whatever the case may be. Talk about that. Like, you ready to go as soon as you step into the game.
Yeah, I mean, sitting on the bench, I just try to figure out what the team needs and what the game is calling on me for. So I feel like today was more just physicality, rebounds, and pushing the pace and finding my guys. But every game, is something different. And I mean, me, KJ, Luke, first three come in, I feel like we do a great job of just bringing the energy up.
You spoke about IQ and just sitting on the bench and trying to just watch the game and see what goes on. You 20 years old, man, in your first NBA playoff series. Your dad got 5 rings. Your mom played in college. Your big brother's in the league. Like, do these moments, how much of what you what we're watching right now is just everything that they prepared for you? Or they prepared you for it?
Yeah, I mean, they had me in the gym forever since I was born. I mean, I kind of been around the game for a long time. And I mean, like you said, my dad got 5. I'm trying to go chase me and get me a couple rings too. So I mean, I think it's always competitive in the family, no matter what.
Yes, sir.
But I think that's just the greatest part about my family is that we just so competitive, and I think everyone embraces and love each other. But I feel like we all got that little edge to each other.
I have another question. This VC again. In preparation for this game, we knew Wemby was going to come out ready to play and fired up, but you also knew the level of physicality was going to go up another notch. How were you guys able to play the game under control and poised and support Wemby with that? Because you noticed there was a lot of pushing around, but everybody still stayed under control and poised. How were you guys prepared for that?
I mean, yeah, we got his back all the time, but just try to be appropriate with the physicality. I mean, coming out, not really overreacting to anything, because like you said, we knew when we came in the game what it was going to be. So just having his back and just, making sure dead balls, timeouts, we bring it in and just calm each other down, because at the end of the day, we all here just to win.
Do you still watch film with your mom?
She sent me a long text today. She sent me a long text today.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, definitely when we get the chance in the summertime, things like that. She definitely come to the gym, talk the whole time. But I mean, that's motherly love.
I love it.
Yeah, shout out to Mom. Just some days removed from Mother's Day. So congratulations on yet another win to Dylan Harper, playing so good, so poised in his rookie season and doing a great job helping to lead his team. The Spurs now with the 3-2 lead over the Minnesota Timberwolves in the Western Conference semis. But guys, that's all the time that we have for you right now on NBC.
Oh,
No. This one, meanwhile, The Timberwolves were outscored 68 points to 36 in the paint. They shoot it just 27% from the field, and Wemby was Wemby. He had 21 points and 11 rebounds at halftime, the first player with at least 20 and 10 and a half these playoffs. Let's hear from his head coach, Mitch Johnson, in the locker room after the win.
You guys set a tone, came out and executed, you played with pace. The communication was phenomenal, especially early on. But that's the level of game plan execution, which is the schematic stuff that we've been talking about. And then that's the level of the togetherness on the thematic stuff. The communication, the passing, the trust in your teammate, along with whatever the nuances of that we're giving you guys for game plan execution. That's how you put it together. That's how you walk down a series when you continue to play the same team over and over and over, and they know what we're doing and we know it. They know what we're doing and we know what they're doing. But that's a high level performance you guys should feel good about.
That's exactly what he did in the second half from what we saw in Game 4, 39 points. And the team needed every one of them. They needed him to come out the locker room and play exactly the way that he did. But let's talk about Cleveland taking that same sentiment on the road. Like, we got to get that to show up in Detroit or on the road in the postseason in general for the Cavaliers.
If you're the Cleveland Cavaliers, you must figure out how you can duplicate the second half of that game. Meaning, everyone, but Donovan Mitchell coming out playing well, because they played a very solid first half, but Donovan Mitchell was not there. Now, how can you put everything together and figure out how you can get you a win on the road? Because we already said it, the first team to win on the road gives you a chance. Well, for the Cleveland, you need to win on the road to win. If you're Detroit, you don't want to put yourself in that position at Game 7. Yes, you earned the right to have a Game 7, but the way this series has gone, you don't want to play with that.
I think for Cleveland, treat Game 6 like it's Game 7, right? So you go in there with that mentality like you have to close this game out. And what I think they should do is what they've been doing. Target Cade Cunningham. Wear him down, because he's the engine to everything they do offensively. So every chance you get, put him in pick and roll and go at him and see if he can withstand guarding and then going on the other end and playing efficient basketball on the offensive end.
I would like to see Cleveland put two halves of basketball. Oh, are you coming to me? Hey, no, you go back. There you go. I would like to see, I would like to see Cleveland put two good halves together, complete halves, as opposed to just the second half or the first half or a couple guys playing good in the first half, then the next couple guys are playing good in the second half. Like, how can we get a full game on the road, attention to details? Let's leave it out there. James have a great game. Donovan have a great game. Evan Mobley have a great game.
That's the X factor. No.
The X factor. That's the X factor.
That's
on the road.
Yes.
Mobley is the X factor.
Defensively, all switches, guarding the guards on pick and rolls, protecting the basket, being in the passing lanes, doing everything. He has to be the X factor.
And he did a little bit of everything defensively.
Yes,
in Game 4. He had 8 rebounds, 5 blocks, and 3 steals. So he was a little bit of everywhere on the defensive end. Let's talk about the Pistons just a little bit. We talked about Jalen Duren and really just his struggles so far this full season, averaging 9 points less than he did in the regular season. You're the call him up guy. So call him up to the
come on up to the front, big fella. Control that paint. Be a brute down there. Be physical.
Catch first.
Catch and finish with force, right? Finish with force. And then on the defensive side, anything, be a rim protector, right? Set great screens, roll, finish at the basket strong. Just have your imprint all over this game the best way you can. You could do it. He averaged 19 in the regular season. Hey, man, just get it out your head and just go play.
Call him up, Mac.
What do you need to see from Jalen Duren?
Game 1, Duren, he needs to find his way in the building. And the reason I say that is his aggressiveness, his approach to the game was, I'm going to be more physical than you, but under control. Because when he did that, he put Jared Allen on the bench immediately, and they took over the game. That took away a shot blocker. You're able to and everything opened up for him. But when you have those twin towers over there in Cleveland, flying around, blocking shots, running the floor, getting offensive rebounds, creating opportunities, it's been a tough way for them.
Tough postseason for him. Go ahead.
Can we as Cleveland, can we get, I'm taking his we?
I love it. Yeah, I love it.
Can we get two guys off the bench for Cleveland?
Yes.
Right? To step up. Who are the two guys that's going to step up on the road in Detroit for this game? And that's pivotal for. I mean, it don't matter who it is. Just they need. I think Cleveland need two guys, two role players that really have impactful games to win this game on the road.
Okay, yeah. Well, what about for Detroit? We saw Karis LeVert and how pivotal he was. I mean, he played very well.
Yeah.
Obviously, didn't end the way that they wanted to, but that was something special that you can kind of take away from Game 4.
I like the approach and the confidence of Karis LeVert, right? So if he did that in Cleveland, now you're home. You got your home crowd behind you. Could you duplicate that? But could you put together a full game as opposed to just having one good half? Could you do a 48-minute game, or the minutes that you're going to play, can you be as impactful in this game as you were in Cleveland?
Would you guys agree this is an identity game for Detroit? All right, all that has gone on. We didn't play well in Cleveland. Now we're back on our floor. It's time to now implement our identity in this game, because if I feel like they're more the physical team and you get help, you allow Cade to be Cade.
What they do the first
two
games at home.
That's what I'm saying. They're back at home. So now this is that identity game. Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
Just be who you are at home. But they got
Do that.
Right.
Be the
Identity game
in the Motor City. Victor Wembanyama, he's sitting down at the podium as we speak. Let's take a listen in as he addresses the media.
Victor, starting with figuring out what a flagrant 2 was in Minnesota, what has the last 48 hours been like for you?
Been working with the team to come back after a loss, taking care of my body, watching film, being locked in at practice. Simple as that.
Victor, your start tonight, how much of that was concerted, looking to get going early, and how much of that was within the flow of the way the game started?
I think it's super important for us, the way we start a game, because it sets the tone. Now the challenge is to do it for 48 minutes.
Yeah, whether it was stemming from the flagrant 2 or not, something Devin said at shoot-around this morning was that the Spurs were going to need to upset Vic to come out tonight to, get this win. Mitch called it more of a mature Vic. I'm just curious if there's either one of those that you prefer, or maybe another word. Just,
feel like they ain't mutually exclusive, so I'm looking for both.
Victor, after having time to reflect, would you have done things differently? Did you have any regrets about the elbow? Just reflecting on, after having time to reflect.
I mean, it was 2 games ago. It's the playoffs. I'm focused. I was focused on the game today, and now I'm focusing on the game in Minnesota in 3 days. It's the playoff. We got to move on, and I got to care about my team.
Victor, obviously, when they would grab you, hit you, whatever, you appeared frustrated in the past. But tonight, it seemed like it didn't faze you anymore. That there was a point where Io early in the game was coming over to you saying something. You just kind of seemed to laugh it off. Like, do you feel like after maybe getting that release, the physicality doesn't faze you in the same way anymore, and you're more used to it?
Yeah, I feel like the rage baiting would have been maybe one of the strategies. So I feel like we need to stay composed as a team.
Itching to get back on the court.
Very, very much. I mean, I was fresh, feeling good, but honestly, it's hard to tell if it was just game 5. Obviously, I'm gonna be excited. I'm gonna have butterflies, So excitement is not something abnormal at this point in the playoffs.
The effort from your team defensively tonight and throughout the playoffs, how would you put that into words?
The defensive effort?
Yes.
I would say it's an area where you need to be willing to do it and to do the sacrifices and to do the extra effort. And it's been working pretty well. We can get better. But when we're locked in and apply the scouting, we're really, really good.
And what role or how much credit do you give Sweeney for what you guys have become defensively?
Oh, I mean, all of it.
Victor, there's a viral video of you going around arriving back in San Antonio, and Coach Pop is waiting for you at the airport, and you look very attentive to what he's saying. Not asking you to give away anything private, but what does it mean to you knowing that Coach Pop was waiting for you at the airport after such an emotional game? And was there something from that conversation, whether it was a lesson, a message, or tone that stayed with you heading into tonight's game or in tonight's game?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm not gonna leak anything he said, obviously, but he maybe wanted to, make a statement or make his talking even more impactful by being there. But he gives feedback and talks to us regularly, throughout series, throughout games. So, as always, when he speaks, everybody listens.
We're gonna take a couple of.
So good to hear from Wemby after that win. They've passed out a bunch of basketballs. This might be our last time in the studio together. I feel like
no way.
it might be. Mello, just the way the playoffs left. Next time you see us, we might be on the road. I feel like somebody has to.
Can't wait to get on the road.
Go ahead.
You've
been on the road.
No.
I need the world to see.
Behind,
I need the world to see this form on one hand.
That was behind the scenes, Mello.
Okay, Mel.
Start the glass.
She's showing us off now. She's showing us off.
With the iPad and 4-inch heels.
Man.
Just on the birthday. On the birthday.
On the birthday.
Listen, y'all.
Okay.
Okay, with a suit jacket on. Let's go.
Shout out to Rick Barry.
Listen. All I know is we can beat Jamal, Reggie, Terrell, and Jones. NBA Showtime. We got you. We are the Eastern Conference finalists. We have really enjoyed you. We hope you enjoyed the Spurs. We hope you enjoyed the Timberwolves.
Fellas,
there you go. In the West.
It's been real.